Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, I'm going to be bringing you a tale about a great deal that I got on eBay unexpectedly. So, I was interested in obtaining a Jupiter 8 lens in a contax rangefinder mount. And I was able to, and I was planning on paying online about, say $30, $25, $30, and maybe $15, $20 shipping for this lens. And I found a lens that I wanted, only the lens was attached to this camera, and we'll which came in this very, very lovely leather case. Has some personality to the leather case, and the camera itself has some personality. The camera looked very, very rough. Looks very, very rough. I will show you what I mean by rough. There is, and the photos of the auction showed this. There's leatherette that is coming up in certain places. You can see like there, and there's a lot of personality. Let's see, can we get some more light in there? Lots of personality here, and I don't know if it's really visible, but along here there's some, oxidation, a little bit of maybe pitting, maybe. There's other places where the leatherette is the bottom, he said, bottom of the camera. There's, I don't know if you can tell, there's some abrasions that are there. The person that had the item up for auction was also showing that the little self-timer mechanism is, it doesn't even feel like it's connected. So we know the self-timer doesn't work, but I really wasn't worried about the camera itself. I was really primarily interested in the lens, and it's a very nice. Don't know if you can see. Can I get this closer? Actually, it has like a really cheap, very cheap filter on it. Let's see if we can take the filter off. Wow. That filter is not coming off for some reason. But you can see Jupiter 8M there. I had the filter off earlier, but for some reason that's not coming off. And the aperture of the lens moves nice and smooth. It's clicky, so it has little dentents for all the different f-stops, ranging from F2 full open and F22 close down. It's very smooth. It's a nice lens. Of course, the focusing is done for the on the camera body. So I thought that's great. Lens is great. Really happy. I was planning on paying $30 for the lens, $20 shipping. For the whole thing, I paid like lens cap, cheap plastic lens filter, lens, camera, and the lovely full leather camera case with plush red interior, which I really like. That looks nice. 45 bucks. 45 bucks for everything. So I kind of feel like I got the camera for 15 bucks. Now, I wasn't really planning on the camera working, but lo and behold, as I started playing with the camera, well, one thing that I noticed immediately was the film take-up spool. Of course, this I really wasn't planning on the camera working at all. The film take-up spool, I believe, is just a spent canister. It's not an actual true take-up reel that would come with the camera. So in order to put a roll of film through it, I had to kind of modify the leader. So I cut the leader so that I could actually put the film on the faux take-up spool, and then just wound that around, and then put that into the camera, something like that. So maybe if I'm going to use this a lot, I'll get a real take-up spool, but for right now, it appears I can modify the leader and get away with it. And I was playing with the camera, and I was checking out the different film speeds, and the shutter mechanism is actually let's see, we'll set it for 1,000, or let me get eyes on this. Move my glasses up. It's goes from the shutter markings go from 1/1250th of a second all the way down to, let me get eyes on this, 2, half a second. So at 1/1250th of a second, sounds pretty good. Let's hear it again. So let's go ahead and take this and put it on a 500th of a second. Not sure, it's 500th and 250th are really close. I'm not sure which one I got. There we go. Does that sound a little slower? Hear it again. Okay, let's go ahead and go for a 250th of a second. Okay, actually I'm on 125th. Can almost see the open shutter now. Hear it again. Next, we'll try at a 50th of a second. Try it again. That's what a 50th of a second sounds like. Next, we'll try at a 25th of a second. Try it again. And then we'll try, let's try next at, next marking is a 10th of a second. Oh, it's starting to get a little slow. I think that's a little slower than a 10th of a second. What do you think? And then we'll try at a, well, that was a 25th of a second. Well, now I'm losing track. Okay, this is 1/10 of a second. Sounds a little slow. Okay, and now let's gotta like lift up here. Let's go to a that's going to be it's kind of hard to tell here. This is going to be 1/5 of a second. Okay, we'll do that one more time. I think that's a little slower than 1/5 of a second. Not bad though, really, right? And then we'll do like 1/2 of a second here. So how long is that? 1 Mississippi. So 1/2 a second is maybe 1 second. Not too bad, right? Let's take it back to a more reasonable speed. Let's go back to where are we? 1/25 of a second. Sounds reasonable, right? 125th of a second. So I was thinking with the shutters speeds so close, and let's run a roll of film through it and see what a roll of film looks like. So being that I got the camera, I mean I was planning on paying $30 for the lens. So being that I got the everything for $45, I'm figuring I got the camera for like $15. Kiev 4. Serial number starting in 73. So built in 1973. Kiev 4 built in 1973 for $15. And the shutter speeds sound fairly reasonable. I mean, 1/2 a second kind of sounds more like 1 second, but maybe it's reasonable. And I just ran a roll of film through it, and it's hanging up drying. And where is that film? It should be dry. Hold on. I'll be right back. Don't go away. I'll be right there. Don't. We're going more into the basement. We're going into Mom's basement here to get the film that's hanging up, and hopefully Mom doesn't catch it, so we don't have to put the garbage out. Okay, here we go. So I had some. Oh gee, that's kind of. So I had some issue because you saw what I did in order to get the film to go on the faux take-up spool. So I was really careful when I was putting film on for the first time to see that it was even acting as a take-up spool. And then here are the shots. And 1, 2. So I got 20 exposures. There's a lovely shot of the backside of my lens cap. Isn't that great? And here we go. Here's all the lovely pictures. So the film advance seems to be working just fine, and the exposures seem to be very nice. And that's 20 exposures that I got out of my Kiev 4A. Kiev 4A. I think Kiev 4A looks like this with no light meter, and Kiev 4. Do I have this backwards? And a Kiev 4. This is not a Kiev. This is a Contax 3A. The Kiev 4 would have a light meter on it like this, and then the 4A would look like this without the light meter. So a Kiev 4 I'm calling it a Kiev 4, built in 1973, off of eBay for $50. I'll take it. I think it's going to be a great little camera for taking camping, taking hiking. Don't have to worry about a big investment into the camera. What I really wanted, this is a Contax 3A, and then Contax lens. What I really wanted was to compare and contrast the Jupiter lens with the Contax lens. And so I was really looking just to buy the lens, the Jupiter 8, but instead I got a camera with it, a camera body that appears to be fully functional. So that's my eBay story. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.